I don't know what to turn on in the background, so sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Detective Panosian and Detective Moore for 7/22, approximately 11:16 hours. Interviewing Miss Janae Newell in reference to 22-02-5579. I'm going to put it right there. Can you spell your first name for me?
JENAE.
And your last name?
NEWELL.
Okay, so, can you just give me a little background on what's going on?
Okay, well, I just got out of a cult that resides in Atlanta, Georgia currently. The cult leader, his name is Eligio Lee Bishop. This cult is really popular online. Is known as a sex cult, just because he have sex with the women that come in and possibly the males. I'm not sure. So basically, just so like 2 weeks ago, I left. I had to sneak out in the AM because it's very hard to get out that cult sometimes. What happened was, after I left, he decided to put revenge porn on Twitter without my consent. And it's still currently up now. And actually, now he pinned it at the top just to taunt me. And that's why I'm filing this court case or this report on him. But he's also known as an abuser. He has abused all the women that he's with. He has several wives. He likes to call him his wives. I was one of them. But he just has a lot of women and males living in that one home, over like 15 people. Right now, he's online just doing his thing, but now I feel like he's being more psychotic. Of course, when I'm out the cult, now I see how mentally ill he is. Because when you're in the environment, you're just subjected to playing a part, or just being in the magic of it all, or just hypnosis of it all. But now that I'm out, I'm seeing how mentally ill and abusive it is, and me myself, I am now like coming out and seeing that I am in the narcissistic abuse syndrome. So now I'm like kind of like healing myself. But what happened when I left is that the girls attacked me.
Okay.
Yeah,
at his direction.
Yeah, at his address. The girls attacked me. Two of them.
He told them to do that.
Yeah, he makes sure he tells people to do it. He told this woman named Zoka who lives there. That's not her real name, but that's what we go by. We change our names and whatever. He let her know that it's okay to hit me if I get out of line. I basically just made a face. I don't know, like he said he didn't like my face, so he gave the permission for her to hit me. She hits me several times. Another woman comes up and pushes me back, and it ordered me to get on my knees and pay respect or whatever. So that's when I decided I wanted to leave. When I started packing up, the women still were interrogating me, still provoking me and hitting me as I'm trying to go. So I had to make sure, once I tried to leave, I kind of got manipulated back into the situation. I'm not going to lie to you. When I tried to leave, I went back to say goodbye, and he kept me inside and said, you're not going anywhere. I'm not letting you go. You're my property. You're my bitch. And that's when then he made love to me. And then that's when I decided I'm going to have to sneak out because he's not going to let me go.
So he physically was not going to let you leave.
Yeah, he pushed me, he let me into the other room, led me into the other room, and he just, with words and, you know how it is, like he's big, so I'm not going to, and plus I've seen him abuse women and everything like that, so at this point I'm not going to resist him or anything of that nature. I'm just going to play my role, play my part, and just stay there until I get some help moving on out. So I texted a few people, got like a Uber money, and was out the next morning.
You had to sneak out?
Yeah, I snuck out.
Do you know what day you snuck out exactly?
If you give me a second, I could probably check. I don't remember. It was about roughly 2 weeks ago, though. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to go all the way back in these messages, if that's okay.
That's okay. Yeah. No, we're here for as long as we, you know, we keep talking, you know, that's our purpose of coming out. We're here for you.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. So you had friends send you money so that you could pay for an Uber?
Yes. I have also an online following as well. People have been like supporting me for years. So one of them, all I had to say was, "Hi, how are you doing?" And automatically she just sent me $55 out of nowhere. And then another one sent me like $11 so I can get an Uber to the next,
the next spot.
Yeah, just so I can just get out the facility and everything like that.
Yeah, I get that.
Just give me 1 second. I'm scrolling to this.
Hey, it's okay. I understand.
To this date, and the reason why I'm doing this. Okay. I found March 24th. March 24th.
Do you know approximately what time you had to leave?
At 12:58 a.m. I text my friend Kelly and decided, help to try to see if I can stay at her spot or anything like that. And yeah, that was
when you had gotten out.
That's when when you were attempted to get out. And then the next rising I left at 9:55 a.m.
So explain this first attempt.
The first attempt, that was when so when I was getting hit and everything like that, and he tried to manipulate the situation to where I was being a parasite, as he liked to say, leeching off of people and all this. I'm just like, I don't know. He was manipulating the whole situation, making it seem like I was the one in the wrong, but I wasn't. All I did was be friendly to a person that came over to the house. Basically, he was mad that I was too friendly. In his exact words, I'm too friendly.
What was this person? Female?
Yes.
Male?
Yeah, she's a female that was just a guest at the house. She doesn't live there, but over 15 people live at that house currently right now.
Okay.
So I was friendly to her because I was the only one that really, wasn't as socially awkward as the rest. So he didn't like that. I guess he got jealous of him being a narcissist or anything like that, and told me that I was being too friendly. I'm a parasite. I leech off of people that come in the house, anything. So long story short, he basically wasn't liking my faces that I was making at him. I was just kind of confused to why he was doing that, manipulating the situation to where I was being too friendly, but I don't know. It was just weird. It was just weird for me. So I was just, trying to understand where he was coming from. He didn't like my faces, and he was basically telling the other girls it was okay for them to hit me if I get out of order. So at this point, I'm just like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I made a face to where, when you want to say something, but you stop yourself from saying it, that's what I did. So I didn't want to disrespect him, but he took it as disrespect anyway. And one of the girls just slaps me from the back of my neck. I yelled at her and saying, "What the F?" Like, I didn't do anything. Then she just decides to slap me again. And that's when I got up and I'm feeling like I'm about to hit back, but I didn't. The whole time I never hit anyone because all the other girls jumped up and they were about to jump me. So, that happened. So they told me to get on my knees. Another girl pushed me back to the wall. They told me to get on my knees. So I got on my knees and I stood there quietly as they were, decharacterizing me.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Making sure like they put the blame on me and how I'm a horrible person and everything of that nature, but I really didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So the whole time I'm on my knees and they're talking bad about me, and now they went off and did their old thing, and I'm still in the same spot, and he ordered them to watch me so I don't do anything, which I don't know why. And then after some time of meditation, because I just stood there and I just, meditated and just made sure I was okay mentally, he comes back in and says, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No." And he was like, "Okay, so just go pack your stuff, but make it, gentle." So he tells people all the time to go pack their stuff. He tells people all the time to go leave, but knowing that he's just manipulating them to knowing they don't have anywhere to go. That's why a lot of people are there. They don't have anywhere to go, and
So he's making it sound like he's not trying to force anybody to stay.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So you packed your bags.
I told them, okay, I just want my 2 suitcases, because at this point I brought everything there. Like, my whole life is still at that house. I don't have anything to my name at all. And I was like, I just want 2 suitcases, that's it. So at this point, I'm taking my suitcases. They brought them upstairs. I'm packing just a little bit of clothing. 2 girls are basically saying, "Oh, you're this, you're that." I don't want to curse, but
it's okay. We're so used to it. It's no big deal.
Okay, so, oh, you're a stupid bitch. Oh, you're just gonna go over there. You're just gonna come back anyway. Oh, and now you're taking all your stuff. Oh, you ain't shit. There's those 2 girls who were antagonizing me. And at this time, I'm silent. I'm just trying to get out. I know that if I get provoked and I get triggered, I know that, they're subject to hit me and jump me. So I'm just trying to leave. I asked one of the girls to get my paintings, because I'm an artist, get one of my paintings out of the king's room. And they was like, no. So I said, okay, I'm just going to get it myself. So I get up. And they got up too and started saying, oh, you better watch how you move around here, ho, because I got up sporadically, very fastly, so I can go get my stuff. And I'm like, I'm not trying to start anything. I just want to get my stuff and go. The girl hits me again. And one of the girls pushes me. And I'm like, stop touching me. I'm not doing anything to y'all at this point. I just want to go. And it got kind of loud to the point where another girl comes in who pushed me from before and was like, you better stop yelling in here before, you need to go, blah, 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 blah. Basically, he's, trying to get my face, screaming at me as well. Mm-hmm. So at this point, I don't want to get jumped. So I just decides to stay quiet and pack my stuff silently. One of the girls are she picks up my paintings and trying to throw it into my suitcase. And I'm ordering her to stop because I'm not doing anything to her. And then, the other guys, there's guys that live there too. They had to come in and diffuse the situation and tell the other girls to stop because they were being too rough with me. So my stuff is packed. So long story short, I tried calling people. They weren't answering. I got Kelly on the phone, and I got an Uber, got a ride. Boom. So the Uber's outside. The girls are still antagonizing me as I'm leaving. They snatch a charger out my hand, everything. And I try to go upstairs to say bye to the king. And I'm just going to call him the king because that's what the subject to. Natureboy. Yeah, Natureboy.
I've seen several videos.
Oh my God. Thank God someone knows what I'm talking about.
We're a little familiar. God. Yeah.
Oh, thank God. All right, so I can just talk normal now. Okay, so Natureboy, I went up to try to say bye to Natureboy. The queen orders me back downstairs. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to leave. So at this point, I'm taking my suitcases to the Uber. And I'm almost in the Uber. Oh, my God, I'm almost in the Uber. But then the girls call out and say, God is calling, basically because he calls himself God. And I just want to go say bye. So I go upstairs and I say bye. He says, I love you. I say, I love you too. And I start crying and I'm about to go back downstairs. And I'm going back downstairs at this point. I'm about going downstairs and he's like, come here. And then he, takes my hand and he's taking me into the other room. And I'm telling him, stop. No, I don't want to do this. Please. And I break down crying in his arms at the end of the day. And he's like, I'm not letting you go. You're my bitch. I'm like, no, I want to go. I want to leave at this time. Please let me go. And at this point, he's looking me in my eyes and telling me this and that and the third. We make love. And at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to get out because he's not going to let me go. So I'm going to have to sneak out because someone else snuck out like a week prior.
Who snuck out a week prior?
His name is Kite. He goes by Kite.
Kite, K-I-T-E or K-Y?
K-I-T-E. And that's when after he, does his duty, and I'm telling him I still want to go, he's like, shut up, get over it, you're mine, you're my property, hurry up, get dressed, get over it, come downstairs, you're just dragging it out now. And I'm like, okay, I want to take a shower. And he says, okay, and he leaves. And at this point, I start texting my friend, look, I'm going to have to sneak out because he's not letting me go. So that's when I went in the shower and I
Do you still have that text?
yeah. Let's see. I think I just got. Let's say, "Hey Kelly, are you up?" Da, 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 da. Okay. At this point, she called me like a lot of times because I was supposed to. I was supposed to Uber to the CVS, and she got me an Uber to her studio. So I can stay there for the night. But I didn't get in the Uber, and she started calling me like 4 times, and I missed all those calls. And she's trying to wonder what's going on. I said, "I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. Thank you. I'm getting an Uber now." Da, da, da. I called her actually. I called her at this point. I called her when I was in the shower, and also I started texting her while I was in the shower, saying I'm gonna have to
Sneak out.
yeah. So I called her and let her know, and then I told her to call my mother and let her know what's going on because I had texted her too.
How long had you been with Natureboy then?
I've been in and out of the cult for some years now. For 2 years, I've been in and out of the cult, but I've been underneath his teachings and instructions for about 3 to 4 years now.
But real quick before that, so is it that later that night is when you sneak out?
I was going to, but I overslept. So I snuck out like 9:55 in the rising when everybody in the AM when everybody was sleeping.
So everybody was still asleep, but you were able to get out of there.
Yeah, but one person was awake, which was the girl who was hitting me from the day before. Her name is Zoka, but she was in the shower. So when she was in the shower, I took it upon myself to call the Uber real quick and get on out. And by the grace of God, I got out.
Yeah. So how long have you been in that house?
I was there since December 27th or 26th. 26th. It was the day after Christmas. I went and I thought I was just gonna visit. I ended up staying, and yeah.
Is that they'd already moved into that house, right?
Yeah,
because they've been to a couple places like Puerto Rico.
I was in Puerto Rico with them as well for like a month.
So let me explain how I come to find out about this. This is probably 2 months ago, maybe 6-7 weeks ago. I get a phone call from this Hispanic lady, and she's very hard to understand. But ended up, what happened was she lived in Chicago with her son. Her son caught up with this guy online, got sucked in, and ended up, I guess he had to pay so much money to join, and then I think he either went to Puerto Rico, and then y'all went to Philadelphia, or Philadelphia then Puerto Rico. But she hadn't been able to get a hold of her son like a year and a half, and so she was trying to report him missing. She found out through, because I know there's a lot of people that make videos on this guy because they're trying to, out him for being a clown and all this, and that's, and she initially saw these videos and she told her son, what are you doing? But so she told me to look these videos, so I looked up, that's when I started watching these videos, and I'm in awe of what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
So the first one I look at is, he's at the top of the staircase talking, and then he's got those guys, there's I guess 6 or 8 males down there, and he tells them to look up and down and up. So anyways, but the point of me watching that video, her son was there, kind of like a Hispanic kid with
with locks.
Yeah. So that's how I got familiar with that.
Yeah.
And I would just watch videos, not believing what the hell I was seeing.
Yeah.
And another detective was familiar because I showed him these videos. He's been trying to get this Natureboy for a minute because of some things he's seen online, because this other detective works like trafficking and sex videos with kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So and then here you are.
Yeah. A lot of people's trying to get him for a very long time, and I'm just here trying to free my people now. It's mind control to another degree.
He is. I'm just gonna use it. To me, he's like a real good car salesman.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got the charisma. I mean, it's it's understandable. He gets everybody with his charisma, like you said. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know. So let me real quick go back. When you went back up to say goodbye, he pulled you into another room and you had sex. Was that consensual?
I don't know how to explain if it was consensual. Like,
is it something you wanted?
I just let it happen, if that makes sense.
Did you tell him no at any point?
Yeah. I told him like, no, I want to go, but he was just like, do you really want to go? And I start crying. So I don't really know how to explain that. At that point, I just let it happen because I don't know, giving him what he wants, if he leave me alone, and I can just figure out getting out. You know, at this point.
So can you tell us, you know, how do people get involved with this?
I mean, it's online, so people, they message him and they message the followers, you know, the people that's in the house looking up and looking down, like, they message them, and that's how I got in. I was messaging both of them. I've known him for years. I've known him longer than anybody known him in the cult.
How did you know him?
Through online, you know.
Oh, just that. So wasn't he promoting like a healthy lifestyle, outdoor living, stuff like that?
Yes, he was. He was promoting being in tune with nature and going back to our natural selves and being clean and getting in tune with the earth. Like, it was just, it's a whole movement of love and just connecting to the oneness and seeing how we are the earth and we are each other. You know?
Is that the, forgive me if I'm wrong, is that the carbonation kind of thing?
Yes, carbonation.
Okay.
That's what the cult's name is, carbonation. And we was advocates of the earth, like advocates of oneness in nature, and knowing that we are one with each other. So I'm a different version of you in another dimensional way of looking at things. It was supposed to uplift our people and emancipate our minds from mental slavery. That's what it was supposed to be.
What year was this when you joined it?
When I first joined the cult was 2 years ago. So that was like
that's when you first started living with them, right?
Yeah, and they were living in a house here in Atlanta, somewhere, and then they transferred to Puerto Rico, and we went to Hawaii at one point. Got arrested there.
So what did you have to do to join?
Just me personally, I just came in because I've been on the journey for years. Like they've watched me go to Thailand and lived out the knowledge. That's what we call it, meaning the information that was given to us by him. Live out the whole lifestyle out in nature in the tropics. So they've been watching me for years while I've been watching them. So when I came in, it wasn't no problem. I didn't have to give them money or anything, but I gave them all my clothes. I gave them all what I had. I even sold my car this time and gave them all the money. So that's, but for requirements for other people, it may be different, because if you're not giving anything, it's like, what are you here for? So a lot of people come in with money. A lot of people come in with thousands of dollars and they take it and they do whatever they want with it. So, yeah.
This
kite
guy.
Sorry. One more thing. The women have to have sex with him.
Oh, that's a requirement.
He's made it known online. There's a video somewhere out there that says, oh yeah, and all the women that comes here has to sleep with me. Point blank period. I'm going to sleep with them, basically. So
obviously you've been there since December. Have you had any interaction with PD that's came out there?
Yeah, a lot of cops come out there all the time just to have a wellness check or whatever, and we would just say, yeah, we're okay. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're still kind of like brainwashed.
Right, brainwashed.
What is the end goal for him, for you all?
I don't know anymore. He actually wants his cult to be like an entertainment for the people. He's setting up scenes now with everything I bought over there. He's setting up scenes and trying to, act out certain things.
What does he do for money? I mean, how do y'all get money?
Well, he even said this online too, that he's a bum. So he doesn't do anything. People come in and bring him money all the time, or people donate to him.
I'm gonna backtrack. You spoke about someone named Kite who also left recently.
Mm-hmm.
Do you happen to talk to Kite?
Yes, I have. I do.
Do you have his phone number?
I do.
And you don't know Kite's real name?
No, I don't. I just know him as Kite.
Do you think Kite would be willing to talk to us?
Sure. He recently did an online interview like I have.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I can definitely check, but his phone number is right here.
You said you guys did an interview. You did it on like a YouTube video?
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of that channel?
The channel is called The T, and T, of course. It's a very popular channel that records everything Natureboy does. I'm actually in contact with her as well. And I did an interview with her about some days ago, and it's already at 41,000 views.
Okay. Who runs it? What's her name?
I just know her as T. She just
goes by the T?
By T, yeah.
And are you guys talking over YouTube or something, or?
Oh, I also am talking to her, yeah, over like phone. Yeah.
Is she one of these people that's trying to out him?
Yeah, I would say so.
Because there's several people out there. The one video that this lady whose son is in that, I can't remember her channel. Something about God or I can't remember. But she was, all these videos she put out there just to like show what kind of a clown he is and how he's abusive.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people doing that.
So I have this channel, the Twitter that he was using where he posted the videos of you.
Mm-hmm.
How many videos are there again?
4.
There's 4. Are all 4 still up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That one is called The God with the underscore and the 3s in the...
The 3 God.
Any other Twitters, anything like that?
Well, he did have another one that got taken down.
Mm-hmm.
This new one got placed up. After I left, he places it up.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Did he typically post videos like that?
Yeah, he likes to post stuff like porn on his Twitter and stuff like that. And I'm seeing on Twitter he's posting pictures of clowns and all this other stuff because he knows I was afraid of clowns.
Mm.
And I recently said that I saw a clown. The first time I ever had sex with him, I saw a clown, basically a demon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's whatever. He's just trying to scare me.
You didn't listen to your warning.
I didn't.
Does he actively try to recruit people?
Yeah, I think so. He says he doesn't, but I think he does because like he's always telling people to come to his home. He's pasted his address online now. He has a number people can call, and yeah, I feel like that's a recruiting in itself. Like.
Did you see a lot of new people come and go, or not go, but I mean, or was it pretty much the same crew the whole time you were there?
It was the same crew the whole time.
I'm gonna get a list from you of everyone that's in that house.
Okay.
So his name is
Eligio.
Spell that for me.
Ligio.
And last name's Bishop?
Yes.
Okay, so he would be
the leader.
The leader. Yeah. His queen, her name's Malia.
But that's the name he gave her.
So is Solar spelled like solar?
Yeah, like
SOLAR.
Yeah.
Do you know his real name?
Yes, Courtney Townsend.
Courtney Thompson.
Townsend.
Townsend.
That's basically, he's considered his right hand man.
How'd they get around with no money or?
But I don't know. They just get money out of nowhere sometimes. Like I don't even know how to explain it. He just gets money. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he calls it cosmic currency, meaning like if he's doing the will of God, he gets blessed, basically.
Do all the girls have his name tatted on?
Majority of us do.
Okay.
Where did that happen at the house?
It happened like about 2 years ago when I was with them.
Is this guy Natureboy trying to reach out? Does he have your phone number?
No, I changed my phone number and I deleted my Instagram, so he wouldn't be able to contact me. But I don't think he would anyway.
You still have feelings for him?
That's okay. I mean, that's a part of life.
Yeah, it's like, fuck it. Like, he got to go down. He's gotta go down. Sorry.
It's okay. Hey, I said it earlier. I will continue to say it.
I don't have that much
Here for you.
feelings. I don't have that much feelings.
It's hard to not have feelings involved, especially with all what you guys were doing, you know? It's hard not to get any kind of feelings.
Yeah.
And we're understanding of that, don't you worry, we're understanding. We just want to make sure you're safe.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm here with family, so it's okay. Like, I'm good.
Yeah. Are you planning to stay with family? You know, keep staying here, staying with family as long as you can, kind of thing?
Yeah. I mean, I travel a lot, so I don't know where I'm gonna go next.
Yeah.
I just like to just live life, you know. And just
What are you gonna like travel? Like what kind of travel?
Like I just, go places. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like a lot of people bless me. Like so they like. You can stay here for a time being. You can come here and get your life together, and I get my life together, and I go back to the cult, and it just gets just short again. So
that's happened a lot.
Yeah, it happened about 3 times because I've been trying to get with the same person every time. The first time I went to be with her family. I've watched them for years, so I just considered them my family already, and I just wanted to be a part of a big mission and help humanity in some type of way. The second time I went to be with Solar. The third time I wanted to be with Solar.
Were you allowed to leave? Like, how'd you guys get like groceries, stuff like that?
We have teams, basically. Okay, I'm calling now. So we have teams. He basically put people together as battle buddies, basically like 2 people at a time. But now he's doing 3 because he's the 3 god now.
Does it what?
He's the 3 god now, meaning that everything's in 3s. So. Yeah, it got crazier. He's now taken this persona and become Nikola Tesla, who's been obsessed with 3, 6, and 9. So now he's obsessed with 3, 6, and 9. So people will have these go out teams. They will call it the go out team. You go out, get the groceries or whatever, come back, and yeah.
Based on what you were telling me, it was something that you weren't wanting, correct?
Yeah, at the time, because I really wanted to go, and a part of me just gave it to him because I did, still care for him. And I definitely just wanted just to go. In my mind, I'm calculating at this point. I'm like, okay, he has me in his arms. He's telling me, let's have sex. Da-da-da-da. He's not going to really let me go at this point.
Did you ever tell him at some point no?
Yeah, I'm like, no. And he's like, do you really want to go? And I looked him in his eyes.
And I understand what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Is at some point you just relented and it happened.
Yeah.
But did you acknowledge the fact that you didn't want to be there? You didn't want this.
Yes, I did. And so that's what happened. And I just calculated how to move forward in the rising, getting out, sneaking out.
And you do want to prosecute.
I do.
Okay. I don't have anything else right now.
Then you have a good number for her, right?
Yes, I have her phone number and email address. Okay.
So when you left to join them, you were in New York?
No. When I left to join them, I was in Atlanta at the time.
So where's your parents or your mom?
My mom, she lives in North Carolina, but at the time she was living in Jamaica. My dad, I don't really mess with my dad.
So did your mom know what you were doing?
Yeah, she did. She wasn't happy, but I've been a kind of not rebellious, but I'll just go do my own thing.
Yeah, she understands you're gonna make your own decisions.
Exactly.
Essentially.
But she wasn't happy.
She wasn't happy.
Did she know what it was about?
Yeah, she did. At first, she thought it was what I told her was a beautiful cult, or culture. That's what we used to call it, and we were just doing uplifting of the earth. And she knew I was all about nature and hugging trees and stuff. Now she sees it's more than that, and she didn't like it at all.
I think we've got a pretty good case here. I mean, really, I do. But it all, for now, comes down to you. Mm-hmm. Because if you say I don't want to prosecute, I mean, we've got nothing. Yeah. This guy needs to be jammed up. He needs to go.
I think he needs to put in a mental hospital so he can get help.
Well, they got that in prison.
Yeah, I want that.
Okay. But here's the thing, and I understand you still got feelings for him, okay? And I get that. Mm-hmm. But he's not a good man.
I thought he used to be.
Well,
he
everybody.
He might have used to be. you know, it's one of those things.
He
Maybe
knew
the
what
power.
he was doing.
Yeah.
He's been knowing what he's doing. Okay? He's like probably, I mean, the biggest narcissist I think I can ever remember actually seeing.
Yeah.
And to thank your God, the guy is not a good man.
At all. There's a video of him breaking something in front of baby Jacqueline. So if you want to use that as well, like for child endangerment. That's
Malia.
yes.
Why did he pick her over you?
Because of the sex. He says the sex is better. Even though I have all the qualifications for be a better woman for him, he says the sex is better, and so he likes sex.
Okay, so essentially, hierarchically, you know, he's there, she's here. Who comes next after her?
Me.
You?
Because I'm his second favorite.
His second favorite. And what does he call the other women? Like, so if she's the queen or she was the queen, what would he call you to him?
He once said, "I am his concubine, and she's the queen." Like he literally said, "Queen Malia's queen, and Nateri is my wife or concubine." And then he'll call the other women like servants or wives, but just servants.
And what does he call the men?
Servants.
They're all servants?
Servants.
Did you and the queen, whatever her name is, clash a lot, or is she jealous?
Yeah, she's really, really jealous of me because of everything I offered for the group and who I am as a person. I didn't want to clash with her. I don't necessarily start arguments with her, but because of her immaturity and, because of the jealousy, she would often try to, overpower me in some types of ways. It's just like ridiculous.
How do these guys take him serious with it? I mean, I understand the power of persuasion and all that, and females a little bit different because the attraction and the
chemistry.
Well, and then how he treats you guys, and in terms of the sexuality and stuff like that. But the guys, you ever overhear them ever talk like, "Hey, man, this guy's a fucking clown"?
No, they never talk bad about him. I feel like some of them actually have feelings for him, so it's just like. He sounds like he could probably go both ways.
Right. And then emasculating the other men.
Yeah.
Well, he needs to continue that in prison. I'm sorry, that guy's just not a good person, not a good human being. He don't need to be out here.
And I definitely want the best for him, but I just
he needs outside help.
Yeah. Right.
But I tell this to a lot of people. You need to come first, okay? And anybody else in there that can be helped needs to come first before him, okay? I mean, you're wanting something good for a guy that's been bad.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, you're right.
You need to make sure you're good.
Yes, absolutely.
All right?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for right now. We do really appreciate your time and, helping us out and talking to us. Interview concluded at 12:28.